The adrenaline is officially back in my soul. Welcome back to the Yap Sesh. You know, WrestleMania Night 1 is like that evil stepmother you have that drinks all the time and lashes out at you verbally and makes you feel really bad about yourself. And WrestleMania Night 2 feels like the biological father that you had that won't do anything about it, but will take you to get some ice cream afterwards. It was a really fantastic time tonight. I was on the show yesterday talking about how down I was about WrestleMania. I said, Night 2 has to deliver. It has to be really grand, or else this might be one of the weaker WrestleManias of all time. I don't know who decided to, get the crack out of their systems and get their head out of their ass and book a proper show, but we finally got there. WrestleMania Night 2 was incredible. Honestly, I mean, maybe it's because of how bad Night 1 was that I'm seeing this with rose-tinted glasses and being like, wow, Mania 42, not too bad of a show. But here we are. I mean, Night 1, for as bad as I said it was in yesterday's video, which I mean, Night 2 made me not be as upset about that as I would have been, and that's a good thing. I think there was a pretty big consensus with a lot of the fans yesterday that Night 1 really it was bad. I mean, the wrestling on there was very short. The story beats that are getting followed up on, there's nothing to follow up on at all. It was just flat nothing. Here's some Hogan. We had less Hogan tonight. There was still a lot of Hogan. Just less. Shorter runtime today, 3.5 hours, and I don't even know what's the final runtime for matches on this show. Let me see if I can look it up. Okay, well, I can't find it right now, which is unfortunate, but it seemed like it was longer. I mean, that main event especially was it probably went half an hour. That was 4 matches yesterday. Oof. We kicked the show off with a graphics change. I mean, I speculated yesterday maybe there was going to be a different presentation on this show. They were showing Night 2 graphics being different from the Night 1 graphics, and these Night 2 graphics felt refreshing. I'd feel weird saying that because all they did was just change the color scheme of the stage. It's not like the stage changed, but I think the blue futuristic aura, around the whole stadium, it's not just a bunch of stuff. I felt like the stage yesterday was just a bunch of stuff. This was a very clean, blue, very pretty aesthetic for the entire stadium. I loved it. It doesn't really have anything to do with the show. Maybe it does. Presentation's a big deal, but, very minor detail for sure in the grand scheme of things, John Cena welcomes us to WrestleMania. He says, we're live on ESPN. Boo. Stop setting yourself up, John. You're doing it a lot. And first, we get Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this had the potential to break WrestleMania completely. I think if this match went any other direction, I don't even know if anything else on the show mattered. This would have just been yeah, but Oba lost. Yeah, but Brock squashed Oba. Yeah, but, Oba only got one move and Brock just beat the hell out of him for the rest of the show. That's not what happened. Obafemi and Brock absolutely went crazy on each other. We did start off with a lockup, and I was like, oh. But they made up for it. Brock hit some nasty lariats in this thing. He was going off the ropes and smacking the shit out of Oba with these, but Oba just eating them. Brock comes back. Oba hits one of his own. Brock goes down. Listen, this is what it needed to be. I was saying forever, I don't want it to be a Brock dominant match, and then Oba comes back, hits a fall from grace, and then we take it home. You're still beating him up. We need Oba to look like a killer, and that's exactly what they did here. Oba eats an F5. We went to Suplex City. WWE very much playing with our emotions here because they know we really don't want Oba to lose. So when it just seemed like it was going to be every other Brock Lesnar match, German suplexes and an F5, it tugs at your heartstrings a little bit. Not in an emotional way, but like a don't do this, please. They're using their own bad booking as a way to skew what the fans are thinking in that moment. It's weird. It seems that it's not what it should be, but it's what happened. And I think they did a really good job of it. Oba takes an F5 and just gets up. He just no-sells an F5 completely. We get a fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. Obafemi beats Brock Lesnar. They called him the next big thing. It was exactly the way it should have gone. I can't tell you any other. Maybe the only criticism is don't start off with a lockup. These two have been going absolutely nuts on each other, especially Oba. The whole story is Oba's been dominant over Brock, so why are we having a test of strength here? Oba's won every single time. Now we got Brock slowly inching him into the other corner. It's like, what? It's not what the story we've been telling. that has forget what I just said though. It doesn't matter. This match ruled, seriously. Lesnar does the saddest striptease of all time, takes his boots and his gloves off and leaves him in the ring. He is like bawling his eyes out. I thought this was a swerve. Because this whole story between Gunther and Rollins is Gunther is doing this, because now Paul, you owe me something. And with the whole speculation, even John Cena saying Brock's going to retire in Minneapolis, you would think the direction that we're going in is Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in Brock's retirement match. But, Brock is the second WWE legend to just completely cut off Gunther's momentum and say, I'm not doing that job, brother. Are you kidding me? Rey Mysterio said no. Brock Lesnar said no. He's retiring here at WrestleMania. I am actually very surprised with how positively received Brock was in this. I feel like it's been very polarizing since he's been back. I don't think there's been too many highlights of his 2025 to 2026 run. Except this. So maybe, having a great match to go out on or a good performance to go out on is enough to get a standing ovation. He really did get one. Paul Heyman crying his eyes out. They go to the back, and that is the end of Brock Lesnar. His retirement took about as long as Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, if that's telling you anything you need to know. We did get more Hogan hats here. I didn't feel as bad this time around. I saw it coming at least, but also there wasn't as many. Yesterday was in every single match. This time it was like 3 or 4. And you know what? It's less. I'll take it. I don't know if Brock's retirement cut into some of the entrance time because we have obviously an hour on the ESPN channel to show you the first 2 matches of WrestleMania. So maybe they had to make up for some time because Brock did take a long time in that ring. So we had to skip the entrances of JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and Rusev. That's tough, people. Seriously, unfortunate. Half the show is entrances and yours got cut. Oof. If that's just showing you at home, hey, listen, these people are not winning, by the way. I don't even think they really teased it. Rusev had a little tease in this match of winning, but come on. We get some really cool, Penta's dressing up as Shao Kahn because that's definitely something that he wanted to do and not just promotional material. They do it every year. I'm not surprised anymore. Whatever. Maybe I'm getting complacent. It's not like it was a bad thing. It looked cool. What does that have to do with Ben? I don't know. Also showing a Street Fighter trailer on the same day, the same night as you're doing Mortal Kombat promotion. Are they enemies? I don't know. Michael Cole says Javon Evans could be the youngest man to win a championship at WrestleMania. Stop it. Stop it right now, Michael Cole, you lying fuck. You were there. You were in the building. We are not going to slander the name and tarnish and the reputation and Benoit Nicholas. They Chris Benoit Nicholas. Can you believe it? No, the youngest child to win or youngest person to win a championship at WrestleMania was 10 years old, and he tagged in. He was a legal participant in the match. Nicholas is a tag team champion. We are not going to get rid of that history, damn it. This ladder match ruled. Javon Evans is one of the most exciting wrestlers to watch in like the entire company. I just got a text message that Obafemi called out Roman Reigns. Oh my God. That's SummerSlam if I've ever heard it before. There were just some amazing spots in this match. Obviously, we just talked about Javon. He did get thrown off a ladder, or he fell off a ladder to the outside of the ring, was clutching his ribs in pain, and then got back up and hit a springboard clothesline on the ladder. Like 10 seconds later, sure. Whatever. Whatever. It should look cool. Ray does a West Coast pop on Rusev through a ladder on the outside. I'm just going over the list of spots here. McDonough takes the Mexican Destroyer from the ladder on a ladder. Oh my goodness. Javon Evans from the turnbuckles hits an OG cutter on Rusev that's on the ladder. Rusev did jump into it. Don't care. I'm not, honestly. This night was so much fun. You can't look at that kind of shit. I don't care. Javon Evans did a cool OG cutter, and we're going to leave it at that. Penta wins. My prediction streak for this night was still good. I think I did a whole predictions thing for Con Man stream, and I was #1, leading the charge 2 years in a row on night 1, and then I fumbled again as the night went on, which is fine, but I was happy here. Penta's still Intercontinental Champion. I think it would have been really stupid if he issued the challenge to have a ladder match, and I'm crazy, I'm having a ladder match defending my title because I'm Penta Cero Miedo, and then he loses. that would have been bad. So I'm glad Penta won. I do wish Javon wasn't the last person taken out. I think people were really excited about the idea of Javon Evans being the Intercontinental Champion. So, the fact that Penta took him out last to win, I think is a little weird. I think Penta easily could have gotten booed in that moment. I'm glad that he didn't, though. Up next, Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. We are really officially on the Sami Zayn heel turn train. It's a very slow burn, and I like that. You know what I mean? I feel like, you have these moments that are just heel turn out of nowhere. This is something that, like, they're telling you, hey, this is the direction we're going. And so when he finally does snap, it's going to be, listen, we're seeing it coming. It's not going to be some random thing that happened out of nowhere with no motivation, which is like half of the heel turns in WWE nowadays. This is something that they are telling you, and it's nice. It's nice to see. Lil Yachty recreates his viral entrance. What was the thing he was at? Was it Coachella, Rolling Loud, whatever? He comes, was it something international? I don't know. He does the whole like strut out onto the stage. They just did it again here, and it didn't look as cool this time, but he's trying his best. I like the introduction of Trick Williams. Trick with the longest coat in the history of WrestleMania. Like, you could see him struggling to like walk to the ring with the coat on. That's a lot of fabric you got to carry, brother. I understand, but he did. He carried it all the way down the ramp. He had to like pause for a second. I think it might have got to him. He was like, all right, let's keep going. I got more of this fucking coat. This match was great. I mean, the wrestling tonight was still relatively short. I think especially the 3 matches that we're going to talk about here, including the Trick and Sammy match, they were, 10-ish minutes, maybe a little bit longer for some of them. You're going to have that obviously at some WrestleManias, but I think because of how short everything was last night, kind of puts those short matches into a bad light this time around. But I do think the content, the substance we had in those short matches tonight was way better than the short matches that we had yesterday. It felt very lifeless in night 1. You had a short match, which, it not great to have limited wrestling on a WrestleMania, but even let's say the Paige return, right? She comes back, and then can you please tell me one spot from that women's tag team match that wasn't Paige's return or the Rampage to win? I'll give you 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Now tell me something from the even shorter match of Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Thank you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter about the length let me not say for the most part. It definitely matters about the length, but if you have a short amount of time, it's what you're doing in that match. And I think every match capitalized on the time that they did have tonight, including in this match. Trick had an amazing near fall here. Sammy hit a haluva kick on the outside, and they called it a big boot. He hit his finisher. Trick is like out. He's back into the ring. Sammy's loading up for another one. Trick, hits the spinning kick for a near fall. We get a Trick shot. And Trick Williams is the new United States champion. He was talking hella shit to Sami Zayn on the way up. He's stupid ass boy. I don't even know what he was calling him, but really, really cool to see Trick as champion. I thought Sami would have won. I thought the heel turn would have kind of been capped off with, well, I just beat one of your favorites. But I guess we're telling the story of, well, Sami's still losing and losing and losing. He doesn't have that killer edge that would keep a championship around his waist. So maybe we're going to see a little more mental deterioration from him as the time goes on. It's going to be cool to see. I'm tapped in with whatever Sami Zayn is doing right now. And I'm really, really happy for Trick Williams. I think he absolutely is a star. And I think putting the United States Championship on him will do really well for him if we start doing stuff with that championship. Hey, how about some United States Championship matches on a pay-per-view? Feel like that would help. At least once every 2 pay-per-views, every now and again. Let's not make this the SmackDown title again. I think it was cool for the last couple of months with Sami and Ilya and Carmelo Hayes. We're not doing that again. I don't even think Trick is going to defend it every week now. I mean, that's be weird for his character, I think. He's not like this proud fighting champion, so we'll see. Up next, Street Fight. The match was changed to a Street Fight at the last minute. Great. I think it needed it. Dominic Mysterio versus the Demon, Finn Balor. These two had amazing entrances, probably 2 of the best entrances of the night. Finn's confetti or streamers were just hanging on to his helmet. He couldn't get him off. He was trying to get him out. But honestly, it kind of added, in my opinion, to the aesthetic of the Demon. I thought it made him look really cool, and it made WrestleMania feel like this big, grand party thing where I really love that. Like, what AEW does really well, in my opinion, for pay-per-views is when they have, like, confetti or just something that, like, kind of impacts the presentation of the show. Like, you'll have glitter around the ring or just carnage or whatever, stuff that's not just normally swept up, it stays there like money falling from the sky. Like, it stays there the whole show. I do wish maybe there were still streamers there for Mania, but even in this entrance, I kind of had that feeling of, okay, this is like a thing. I don't even know how to put it into words. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Dom was selling the hell out of the fear here from the Demon. I think they did a really great job of telling the story of, Balor having a little more aggressive side to him when he's got the war paint on. And yeah, I mean, Demon wins. Again, it's a short match, but I think it was very effective. The spot, I mean, listen, they were killing each other with that steel chair. And, maybe they couldn't have gone as hard as the unsanctioned match did yesterday. They didn't need to. I think the story between them was enough, or whatever story that there was. I think it was fine. Demon wins. Hopefully we can move on now. Finn Balor potentially actually getting a push in 2026. Maybe. I mean, what would he win? He's not beating Roman. He's not beating Oba. Who the hell is he? And he's already been Intercontinental Champion like a zillion times. What does Finn Balor do from here? Time will tell. I had some popcorn today. It almost came up. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley up next. Try saying that 5 times fast. I tried just now. And honestly, for a Jade Cargill match, which I feel like people aren't that excited for, I mean, her presentation is kind of a lot for her. And when it comes to in-ring, it's not been the greatest track record. She did her damn thing tonight. It takes 2 to tango, though. Rhea Ripley, obviously a fantastic talent. And I'm very surprised the outcome of this match. Jade hits a spine buster on Rhea and her. I don't know. We're gonna have to bleep that one, kid, but she was putting in the mean strokes in that pinfall. Rhea Ripley, eat your heart out. She did Rhea Ripley's better than Rhea Ripley. I mean, my God. We already have Bianca Belair and Naomi. We don't need Rhea Ripley out for 9 months. All right, seriously. Jade, keep it in your pants. Michin and B-Fab interfere. Jade Cargill hits a one-winged angel for a 2 count. It's called the Sandstorm. It's not the same thing. It's called the Sandstorm. It's just funny to me. You know what I mean? Rhea Ripley is the 4th person to kick out of the one-winged angel. Have they done it in WWE besides tonight or this pay-per-view? Has anybody else done that move? Because the fact that she did, for such a protected move as it is, and the fact that we just had a spot at the last AEW pay-per-view where MJF like kicked out of it. There's a little asterisk there, but Jade hits it and Rhea just, Jade Cargill, you're a no Kenny Omega, all right? Apparently, because Rhea just kicked out at 2. What can I say? Yeah, really cool back and forth finish. Jade teasing the Jaded, Rhea getting out of it a couple of times, Riptide attempts, Jade reversing that as well. Really, really good finish. Riptide to win. Rhea Ripley is the new WWE Women's Champion with the help of Io Sky, who took out Michin and B-Fab. I guess Rhea is going to SmackDown, probably Io as well. I can smell a draft coming. And you don't have to be 18 or 25. You just have to be maybe the champion of that brand. Rhea Ripley's probably going to be on the blue brand from here on out. I think SmackDown needs some stars, and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are stars. So that would be nice. Up next is, okay, let's talk about it. John Cena's in the ring. The official attendance is 105,000 people for 2 nights. Yeah, okay, sure. They did sell out tickets for 2 shows, combo pack. I feel weird when they do the attendance figures. I mean, I don't mind doing it for each individual night, but combining them, 105,000 people attended WrestleMania. Let's not forget that that's like the same amount of people that attended the one night WrestleMania in Texas like 10 years ago. That's fine, whatever. And out comes The Miz and Kit Wilson. The Miz is demanding a WrestleMania moment. He said, listen, I need my WrestleMania moment. We're not going to do this right now. And out comes Danhausen with, can I even say it? Michael Cole. I mean, this is what apparently they wanted to be called. I mean, I guess just bleep it just in case. Danhausen had, which is their official name, according to the midgets. Michael Cole goes, before you cancel me on social media, that's what they wanted to be called, all right? You hear that, you liberal sissies, all right? But you try to cancel culture me. Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem. Listen, that's what they wanted to be called. That's the energy Michael Cole gave off tonight, and I feel like it makes it less cool when you just say the risque thing to then follow it up, be like, well, don't cancel me for saying that. It's like, well, then just why even say it at all? Like, I'm just so uncool. But yeah, Danhausen has his posse with him, and then the leader steps up to the Miz and The Miz takes him out, took out their leader, the tallest one, shoves him to the ground. And then the backup comes and punches Kit Wilson in the balls. Hell yeah. Sure, why not? Then Danhausen punches Miz in the balls. We get a very weird Orange Cassidy style smoke bomb, and then that's it. That's it. Danhausen leaves. We go under the ring. Big pop from the crowd. This was hilarious. I don't know why I thought Stone Cold was going to come out and I thought how Danhausen was going to curse them, and then Austin's music was going to hit and he was going to kill him, but no. The only involvement Austin's had in the 40s of WrestleMania is running over a woman. So whatever. Miz gets carried out. If I may use one last joke here, we don't have to bleep this one. Kid, if we can get a shot of how they were carrying out the Miz up the ramp, it was like the Midgestry of Darkness. Make sure you like and subscribe for more good content like this. They carried Miz like a quarter away up the ramp, and then they just dropped him. They said, "I'm done." Yeah, listen, let's take some notes from ants. All right, they can carry stuff like 40 times their body weight, maybe even more than that. These 8 gentlemen with abled bodies, sorta, they, carry him up the ramp. No, they just drop him. Poor Miz. Really, really good segment though, and seen as being all emotional. They really are playing up the fact that Brock Lesnar's like retiring. It's making me think that he's not. They showed it like 4 times. Can you believe Brock Lesnar fucking retired? And sure, was it a surprise to people? I don't know. Whatever. I guess it is a surprise to people like us, but just in general, who's to say? And up next, it is the main event. It is the best match of WrestleMania 42 by like a lot. I think it's Punk Roman, Seth Gunther, Oba Brock for what it is, and then the ladder match as well. I'll put them on the same level, and then everything else. This was fantastic. We got the old Roman theme back. Head of the table is so much better than I Am Greatness or whatever the hell the new one's called. I think it really worked in the WrestleMania 40 entrance, but keeping it forever. Not a big fan of it, but I like the fact that he brought back this old one. It feels grand. It feels, fresh, even though it's been a thing for 4 years previous. Whatever. I heard that music and I come housing. Roman's going up the stairs, by the way. They had the cinematic shot of Reigns. It's like this. It's Reigns is this close and he's looking it's time for the main event. And right here, very clear as well. It's almost like it was on purpose. Zebros sign of them. This is real cinema, brother. Zebros. Me and Punk right here. Punk comes out to his Ring of Honor theme song, and I thought about getting on camera and being like all these other Twitter accounts that are pretending to watch Ring of Honor in 2003 and be really excited about it. But I'm just gonna sit here and go, that's probably cool for people that were watching during that time. I was 4 years old, so I'm not gonna pretend that I fucking know about it. I saw him come out to it in AEW against, I think it was MJF, and that's how I know about it. Great, sure, good entrance. And Cult of Personality hits. I love the vibrance of Punk's Titantron. On this stage, it really looked great with the presentation of WrestleMania. Really looked great. Roman hits Punk with the steel steps. He's in the Tree of Woe and Roman just takes the steel steps and bang. Referee's getting bitched out here. He's getting shoved out the way. And Mike Cole's listen, you got to give some leeway here. It's the main event of WrestleMania. Yes. Obviously, if I'm the referee in the main event of WrestleMania, I'm not trying to call a DQ but he did take it far. Where do we draw the line? Let's stop referee abuse. Roman, you're taking too much advantage of your power here. Roman was beating the hell out of CM Punk early in this match. Punk is bloodied. He went through the powerbomb through the announce table. It looked nasty. Punk looked like he was dying. And that's the story of this match. Punk is old, and Roman's calling him out on that, and that's, getting the Punk. That's kind of, in my opinion, it was a shorter part of this storyline, but it showed heavily in this match. Punk is on the comeback. At the end of this match, and I wrote down a bunch of notes here. I don't even think I need to do it. Punk hits the worst Superman punch of all time. He grabs an Ulafala from the crowd and goes for a spear, gets caught in a guillotine. We had an awesome groggy yeah boo sequence. I really enjoy the fact that these two look like they were dying, especially CM Punk, and that's the point. his body is giving out on him. Punk had this match won. He hits a GTS on Roman. I think it was the second one in the match. Roman bounces off the ropes, lands on the shoulders. We've seen it so many times before where Punk will pick him back up, hit a second GTS, and that's how we take it home. But no, Father Time is not being so kind to CM Punk. His body collapsed on him. Roman hits 2 spears to follow it up, and we have a new world heavyweight champion in Roman Reigns. Punk is old. His body is giving out on him, and he could have won this match, but he couldn't. He is not the same CM Punk anymore. I don't know if that's leading to a retirement run for him. I'm tired of it, man. Just wrestle a little bit, please. Can we separate the retirements, please? We had John Cena, AJ Styles, I guess Brock. I mean, that is definitely going to leave a hole in the WWE, I guess. And now potentially CM Punk. I don't even know when Rey Mysterio's leaving. Goldberg, I'm going to just say his name so people don't get mad at me. And I mean, there's just too many retirements. Who's next? Randy? Ray? We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Okay. Oh, another spot here. Punk headbutts the yeah boo spot. Punk headbutts Roman and falls. You can't headbutt a Samoan. Idiot. This match was amazing. The longest match in Mania by a mile. Can I see how much wrestling actually happened tonight? Okay, so 1 hour and 22 minutes of wrestling in a 3.5 hour show. It's the same as yesterday. I guess so. There was one less match today. But the main event was 30 something minutes. It would have been shorter if it wasn't for that, which is crazy. But on a 3.5 hour show, what is that? I mean, how do I feel about that? I'll round up to 1.5 hours, sorta. And then if you take, I mean, it would have been half the show if it was a 3 hour show, but it was 3.5 hours. So, I mean, it's definitely not great. All right. The show definitely could have used a little bit more wrestling on its WrestleMania, especially night 1. I am going to be grouping WrestleMania 42 as a whole going forward after this, just because you kind of have to. I think about WrestleMania 41 and I think about both nights. I think as time goes on, you're going to think about both nights here. But I think it will go down in history that WrestleMania Night 2 was definitely the thing that saved WrestleMania 42 as a whole. Has there been a great WrestleMania that's ended in 2? I don't know. 22 is the best one, I guess, right? I mean, it definitely is not a perfect night. I don't know if I'm really looking forward to too many things going into Monday Night Raw tomorrow. But I am going to be watching because of fucking course I am. I did come out of this night really positive and really optimistic about what WrestleMania could be in the future. We're going to Saudi Arabia next year. I don't know what even direction we're going in for that one. Oba main eventing? Sammy main eventing? They're running out of people. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure, again, you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing Yap sessions every single Sunday. If you want to hear my thoughts about Raw, SmackDown, and everything else going on in the wrestling world, come back here. But also, besides that, we upload a video every 2 days. I will be back on... Oh God, what's today's day? It's Monday. So Wednesday, we'll be back with a Reddit video, actually. It's gonna be great. I get to talk about Raw after WrestleMania, maybe a little bit before we actually do the Yap Sesh. We're gonna do a TikTok reaction this week. We're gonna do a whole lot of fun stuff. The train never stops moving, just like the one on your sister last night. Make sure you subscribe. We will see you tomorrow. No, I lied. I literally just said I was gonna do 2 days from now. Whatever. Get out of here. Peace out. Goodbye.